Hi, I'm Max Swift. Welcome to this next set of training where I'm going to show you the Facebook ads secret strategy. This is basically just a few little sections of Facebook you can use and utilize to get more attention to your ad basically. Now the first thing, if you haven't already, I'm going to go back to scratch. You need a Facebook page. If you've got this, fine. But what we need to do is create a page. So whatever your business is, whether it's a brand, a product, or local business, whatever it is, I'm just going to go totally different, and we're going to, in this instance, do an ad for some outdoor gear, camping kind of gear, like a backpack or something like that. So it'd be a brand or product. Choose your brand or product name, whatever that may be. I've got to choose one. So what would we be? We would be... So I think we'll go with just a product or service on this. Not too important. I'll just put backpack for now. Right, what you do, upload your profile picture. Obviously we need the page to look as professional as possible. Can be quirky, but as long as it's good images. So upload your profile picture, which I'm not going to do in this instance. We're just going to breeze through this bit. You can add all these, add your cover, make it a nice standout cover of your online store, whatever it may be, or your practice or your business. So make sure you add these in, and you can do a lot of little different things and add in contacts and change obviously your username and things. We'll skim over it briefly, but you can have a play around obviously once you get going. You definitely need to add a button, whether this is, so if we were selling, if we had a store online, say Shopify or wherever, whatever e-commerce platform you use, we would have a make a purchase or donation, shop now. And what we'd do, we'd paste in our link. That is our storefront link. So copy and paste whatever that may be, and just add button. And then so either just say shop now, so anyone clicks on it, it would send them to your store, or if it was a practice, you'd have something else, get in touch, or whatever it may be. It's a whole host of settings. You can literally go through all these and have a look, see what they are. There's loads of things you can do. A lot of it you don't really need, but in general, this is for a later date, and you can filter through and add and delete whatever you want to show. Just show as much as you can. Make sure you change your Facebook page name though, because you can do that too at whatever your store is or whatever it is. It just makes it easier for people to find you. And so what we do, we create an ad basically in our Facebook page, so it makes it easier for when we get to the ads manager to simply transfer it over. So if we was doing a backpack, we'd clearly definitely add photos. Don't try and do an ad without photos. A product, you could do multiple ads so people can scroll through if you've got different colours of a backpack or whatever it is. I think single image is perfectly fine. So if we was gonna do a ad for a backpack, what we want to do, we want to get people engaging. Engagement is what makes videos, images, etc. go viral. So we want to ideally ask a question. So if it's something to do, obviously people who have like a military style backpack generally are people who maybe go camping, outdoorsy kind of people. So simply we'd do something like ask the question. So it relates to people. So again, in this instance, not necessarily, you don't need to go overboard with what you're doing. Just keep it really simple. So if this targets someone who isn't your specific targeted audience, all they have to do is share it with if they see it and they think, oh, such a person might like that, they'll just share it with them. And so you're getting shares, and it's just similar to word of mouth from in the real world, but obviously online. So as it's coming to Christmas, it's a Christmas sale. Even if it's not a sale, I always advise you, if on your store, always have discounts. Like, even if it's not really a discount, because that's what you'd sell it at, just make it look like a discount, because then people always like to think they're getting a good deal. So always make it discounted. And if you'd obviously run a slightly different ad if you was trying to get customers instead of sales. And we've briefly looked at the targeting in that before anyway. If we've got time, we'll have a look at it. If not, I'll do it in a different training. So, Christmas sale, 50% discount. Already it's going to catch attention. People, because you're targeting the people in your audience who you want to see this ad, so you're kind of narrowing it down to the people who are interested in the first place, or you think would be. So, and then obviously they see a product and it's in their field and they kind of like it, and then they're going to see 50% discount. They're going to be wanting to take a closer look, if not purchase. You've already got them interested. So if you've got multiple colours, you can tell them there's multiple colours. Otherwise, people might not like the colour you've got, but if you've got others, they'll maybe take a look, and then they've been to your store, then they know what it's all about. And we obviously need, another key thing is urgency with anything, even if you're selling or you're trying to get people to your practice, and you're offering, if you're a practice and you're offering vouchers for a freebie or a discount, you always need to say limited time only, or only for the first 10 people, or whatever. It gets people wanting to act there and then, because people get lazy and they just think, yeah, I'll take a look at that another day, but never get round to it. So what we do is 7 colours available, only while stocks last. We can even capitalise, be careful on the capitalisation, I suppose. Facebook doesn't always like it. Click here. Click here to take a look. You always need a call to action, basically to tell people what to do. just so, I mean, some people might not know, put your link, your hyperlink in here, your HTTP, whatever it is, that'll take them. But remember, if they're looking at the product, you need to go to your page on your store or your business, whatever it is, and make sure you're taking the link from that exact sales page. So if I'm selling this backpack, I will go into the e-commerce store, click on the product, so it takes me, so I've got the picture of the backpack, the same as the picture I'm showing, with the buy now and the different options. You take the link from that page, because you don't want them to click to your actual store in this ad and then have to find what they're looking for, because it's not good for them, and it's not good for your ad, and for people who just click back. It's not good for the targeting and the algorithm. I always struggle with that word. Otherwise, it shows that people aren't going to what they thought they was. So make sure you use that specific link. Right. So we'll put our link in here. HTTP, whatever it is. Backpack.com. It's not, but for instance, and it will, if you've got one, will generally bring up an image for that product that it scours the web and gets from the link you've put in. I mean, you can keep that image, but you might want to put your own images in and things, so just get rid of that and put your own image in. And then last but not least, we need to write in another reminder: like and share, whatever, with people who might love this, or if you love the outdoors. Generally, even if people don't specifically want to buy it, they'll still like it and share it. They just might not be in a position to buy it at that point, and then again, it just gets more interaction, and that's what we're after. So with that, we'd publish it. Obviously, you make sure you've got your image in as well. Just publish it as a normal post. Just refresh it. And there we go, there's our post. You'd have your little image here that you've put as your profile picture, and the name of your e-commerce store or your business, and then you'd have your image underneath, and this will look nice, clean cut, and enticing for the people you're targeting. And that's the simple post. Add all your bits and pieces to this, your images and your things, whatever it may be, just so it looks more professional. I'm not going to delve into it because we'll be here all day, but that's as simple as that is. So now what we'd do is we'd need to create the ad to go with it. I always do conversions, skim through this. I always do 25 plus, so put your ad name if you're targeting US. Facebook Pixel, that'll be on the Pixel Perfect training, which I'll show you next after this training. You don't want to miss that. Without the Pixel, you're leaving loads on the table and you're not getting the targeting you should be getting. It's so important to install the pixel and use it correctly. Do not miss that training. So yeah, we start with United States, whatever you want to target in this instance. You can always try different areas later on, but initially United States is a good one. Would be going with 25 plus, and you could target men or women, go all into the language, English language, and the demographics. So this is where we can narrow, and I don't necessarily expand initially. You can do it later. It just makes your audience slightly bigger. So if we was targeting an outdoorsy style backpack, obviously backpack would be a start. Backpacking wilderness. So you can have many different options. We'll just throw a few in for now. You can always narrow it down later. Camping. Because we've got to be careful because these audiences are massive. We don't want them too big. I'll put camping in for now. If it'll go. Camping survival. Hiking and camping. That's a behaviour we're after. Interest. We could have that. We'll go with that for now. What else could we have? We could have outdoor recreation, outdoor enthusiast. Go for that. Hiking, survival, that kind of stuff. Hiking equipment. Right. We'll leave it at that for now anyway, but again, you can play around. There's a few different tweaks in audiences and targeting can make a big difference. So if you run one ad and you don't get a sale, or it's not quite working, there can either be something wrong with your audience you're targeting, or it can be, if you're getting a lot of views and people aren't clicking, then that's obviously your ad copy or your image ain't quite right. Generally, your ad copy, try different ad copy, different image. But if people aren't clicking, then maybe you're targeting the wrong audience. So you can tweak this. You can add different stuff and try and target different audience sets, and you'll get different results. So we'd narrow this down. We'd never go with such a massive audience, 38 million, because a lot of these people are like, I might like some things to do with camping and things. Most people camp at some point, but I'm not a mega enthusiast, and generally I wouldn't look at buying a backpack or something. But if you're targeting very narrow and people are extremely interested in that kind of thing, then obviously you're highly more likely to get a sale. So we narrow the audience down, and this is where we would use Google and our audience insights. And we do that by going up to the top here, and we've got audience insights. I'm not going to go into. Actually, hold on, I might save it. It's all right. We'll come back to that. I've not put much in anyway. It'll be similar. So yeah, you can obviously save it yourself, but I don't need to in this bit. Right, go to Audience Insights, and this is where you can choose an audience. Everyone on Facebook is the audience you're after. Obviously, US. You want the interest to be the same interests you've put into the ads manager. So it will be camping. You can get, you might be selling a product that's 70% men, so and in a certain age range. So as you can see, 25 plus is always the best option. You can do all, so you can start with all if you want, 18 to 65, and then you'll see some of your results, and you can gauge your better audience then, and then it might be 35 to 34. You can then create another ad, duplicate it, and just target those age ranges. But I always start 25 plus because that's through experience when most of the interest and sales come from. And then I'd alter it. I might do then 25 to 34 and 35 to 34, and depending on the results, I could run 3 different ads and see which one works out of them, and then bump up and scale to whichever's working the best. So we go to page likes, and the key now is, because we want to target competitors, and if you can think of stores in your country or the US as we're targeting here that sell those kind of things, you need to, we'll go back to the ad in a minute, double up on them and narrow the audience to these key stores, websites, whatever it may be, because that shows the people who are interested in the outdoors and camping and things, and also interacting and like with a store that is selling those products, then they're obviously highly likely to be interested in the same sort of stuff you're selling. So look through these in the page likes, because this is where what's getting all the likes. And what you do, you go to any brands or whatever it may be, shops, websites. There we go, some websites. And what I'd do is run through, you don't have to run through them all, like Groupon obviously, lawyer and law firm, things like that you don't need to, but things like clothing and brands, because the people interested, again, are obviously buying similar sort of things. Product, services, clothing shops, and obviously websites. And what I'd do is I'd note these down, then go into Google, have a look at the website, you can even have a look on here, see what it is first, see what they're selling and what they're doing. Obviously that one's not really of interest because it's just looks like it's anything and everything. But look on Facebook, but I'd also go to Google, type in the websites, have a look, and see what kind of business they are, and then that's where they're going to be one of our key ingredients to narrowing the audience. So go through them all, go through your camping and your survival, your hiking, that kind of thing. And so we'll go hiking, same sort of thing. You can have a look at the demographics and things first. See, that one's more women in this instance, but similar anyway. Go to your page likes. Again, take a look at all the products and services and the websites mainly, and you'll eventually, through filtering it down, you'll find some key areas. And also Facebook does give you suggestions. So once you've done all that research and that, get back to your ad. And you've noted down your key websites, your key stores, your key products. And we're going to then filter that in to right, we'd have 25 plus US. Let me do it again. Again, we can always start bigger and we can just narrow it down. There's no point being narrow and going bigger. Oh, to be fair, you can do both. Start big and narrow down, or narrow down, start really narrow and slowly branch out. Don't just go from one extreme to the other, because you'll miss. And that's what did we have before? Backpack, backpacking. We had camping, camping survival, hiking, etc., etc. So then we narrow it down, and this is where we'd throw in all our websites and things and our competitors. So if we're selling a product, we might have survival stuff, survival kit possibly might come amongst that. We'd have a few others that I've seen before. We Are Mighty, kind of survival life. US Patriot, Tactical. These are all stores or online stores or Facebook pages and things that have a lot of detailed people, and just narrow it down by adding as many as you want. You can go to suggestions and it'll come up with like survival magazine, survival skills, camping survival. So try and do, if you can, we want like Ranger Up military and MMA apparel, possibly. Again, we want to stick to clothing. I think that's a clothing store. Things. So we've gone with our, in the top section, we've got all the wide range of interests, the backpacking and the camping and things, and then we narrow it down with solely competitors, websites, sales pages, that kind of thing. So you can do as many as you want. I don't expand it initially, you can expand it later. And make sure you edit your placements as in the previous training. We would initially just go Facebook feeds, more engaging, more in your face. And see, 2.1 million people now, dwindled right down, and this is what we want. So fill in all the rest. We've gone through this in the previous training, whatever your budget may be. And this is where we would now create our ad, and because we've already basically done it, whether it's a carousel, which is obviously images they can skim across and have a look if you've got multiples, or you'd have your single image. Your Facebook page, this is where the backpack, this is where you'd have your business page or whatever it is. The destination URL is the same URL you're using that you want them to go to when they click on the button, because you'd have a button here that would be shop now in this instance. You'd upload your image if you've got any full images. You can also, videos obviously the most popular, but generally a single image is best. Because this is your destination URL for your product. Make sure you put that in. Your headline. And now, because we haven't put an image on the ad we did, which obviously you would have done, your image would come up here. You'd use the Facebook page, and you can use the existing ad basically. So your ad would just come up here. We've not done that yet. We'll do that in the Pixel Perfect. But yeah, so basically all this you wouldn't need to generally fill in because you'd have already done it. So all you'd do, you can add, you know, other headlines and things if you want, and you'll see that when it comes up. You just create, but because I've not put the image in this instance of the backpack, it's not pulling the ad. So because you'd have put the ad in, all you'd do, you'd use that existing ad. It'll give you that option. You'd use the existing ad that you've done in there, and it'll come up here. So it'd all be set and ready to go pretty much. And you can add some headlines, and when you type in text, you'll see it come up if you want to add any more info. But that's basically as simple as it is. All set up, ready to go, confirm, and you're done. But obviously, make sure you watch the next training, which is the Facebook Pixel Perfect, and that'll bring it all together, and you'll have your ad ready and raring to go. And in the Facebook Pixel Perfect, I'll probably do the same sort of ad, and I'll get the image just to show you how it comes up on here, and then we'll set up the Facebook Pixel to go with it, and then you'll see it all come together and ready to go. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.